Used to think rain came from holes in clouds, that the moon could only be seen at night, that I love you meant I'll stay. Straw homes are built from misconceptions. We adapt the drafts that whistle through these false truths until we see them for what they really are, wolves dressed in delusions clothing. I used to think that only textbook alcoholics would stop drinking. Youch. I think I read the last line wrong out loud. I read it right in my head. I used to think only textbook alcoholics should stop drinking. Not one should. Yikes. Lock in, guys. That was kind of a hard one to start on. She writes in a way that's really hard for... She writes in a way that's harder for me to vocalize than April Green does. Track 76, page 94. By the time you text me your regret, I'm already eastbound and down. You never thought I would leave, well neither did I. I always bought the ticket but never got on the plane. I always imagined moving on, but my feet remained entangled with our ruins. I always kept the million reasons I had to walk away, packed haphazardly in my go bag. Nothing momentous happened the day I actually left. There was no big fight, no grand reveal. There was just me and the echo of my footsteps walking around a house that didn't feel like home anymore. Currently listening to I Didn't Belong by Highland Kites. Track 79, page 97. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Sorry guys. These are ones I highlighted when I was dating my ex. It appears. Now that your lips have been on mine, I wonder how they will feel other places. If this is what a fall from grace is, God, let me keep falling because I'm all in. People who see me say I glow like I know something they don't. I want to remember it all so I can miss it if it goes. God, let me keep falling because I'm all in. All in. I'll write about us until the words no longer fit. I am all in. All in. That's a beautiful poem. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem. Currently listening to I'll Be Seeing You by Billie Holiday. Track 81, page 100 and 101. Currently listening to All My Favorite People by Maren Morris and Brothers Osborne, two amazing artists. This is a long one. I got this. When you're other, you will lose time. You will be less reason, more rhyme. You will self-medicate your mind to ease the havoc and clutter. You'll sleep alone in the gutter. Your light will crackle the sky. You'll disrupt like thunder when you're other. When your eyes see the world in an obscure way, opinions of the majority will sway, but hardly land in your favor. When you can make beauty out of your pain, you'll be an outsider until you decay. Then they'll call you a trailblazer. When you're other, it is easy to feel alone, though you feel your best on your own. It's easy to find yourself lost when your faith and trust have been crossed. Easy to question your sanity when your art stems from tragedy. When you're other, the world will seem overcrowded by perceptions that are clouded. You will yearn for a safe haven, a forest of creation. Then a place will call out to you. You are other. Run for cover. It's a place to breathe new breath, to gather strength, to reach new lengths, to shut your eyes and count to 10. It's a place to dance with the skeletons in your closet, take turns waltzing with the reasons that caused this. As they stretch their bones and regrow their flesh, you will thank them for creating this mess. Because here you will find your peace in who you are and how you think and how you see things differently, and at the top of your lungs you will sing, I am other, one of a kind, there are no flaws in my design. You cannot keep me confined, stars seek me out to sleep over. Even in dark I find color, I will raise up those who suffer. I search for rain, not for cover. My light will adorn the sky, I'll erupt like is such a pretty poem. I love that. I love that one. Track 85. Currently listening to Rain on Me by Ashanti. Page 105, and I start this one as one of my favorites. I had a nightmare we were still together. I needed you, but your phone was dead, or in your car, or on someone else's nightstand. I woke up tired. Even in a dream world, your bullshit exhausts me. Even in a dream world, you can't show up for me. Even in a dream world, we would never work out. The nightmare is no longer perpetual, though. I get to wake up. That might be my favorite poem ever. What the fuck? Oh my god. Alicia Cook, I love you. Track 86, page 106. Currently listening to Waterfalls by DLC. We live in a world where guns and the flu are killing children whose older siblings are already dying off of heroin and fentanyl and other drugs. Their parents explain away to them by saying she took too much medicine and lives in heaven now. We live in a world where I ask a 10-year-old what he wants to be when he grows up. And instead of saying astronaut or firefighter or president, he just replies here. I still want to be here when I grow up. And I know by here he means alive. And I wonder when understanding the fragility of one's morality was lumped in with teaching fractions and cursive in the state capitals. And with 2 decades between us, I look into his eyes and they look older than mine. My heart breaks at his statement and tears roll down my face. But he doesn't understand why, because there are still 2 decades between us and he is still only a child. Okay, well, that was a sharp left turn and a very true statement. Track 90, page 111. Currently listening to On to the Next One by Jay-Z and Swizz Beatz. You try to count up how many versions of yourself were sacrificed in exchange for the person you are today. You lose track after running out of fingers and toes in those tiny tiles on the bathroom wall. Stop trying to reverse engineer what brought you here. The iterations do not matter. What matters is that you shed skin, trusting that you'd never reach bone. What matters is you cried tears knowing that you wouldn't drown. What matters is you believed others when they told you that you mattered. What matters is you keep believing you mattered too. W. Message. Track 92, page 113. Currently listening to Settling Down by Miranda Lambert. I know you need me to need you, visibly, obviously, irrevocably, but I've lived without things I've needed to live for such a long time. My ability to mend after something ends is uncanny. I know tears dry, I know smiles return, I know the sun rises and life rolls on, even when it feels like it won't, it always does. Because when one thing stops, the rest doesn't, and the rest can be so good that you begin to call it the beginning. Absolute W. This is when she takes the poem she wrote originally and started editing them to mean something different. Track 1. I need you to tell me it is not my fault. Wow. Track 2. No one knows. Wednesday, wait, what the fuck? No one knows if there will be a Thursday. Whoa. That makes sense. If you watched part 1, you should watch part 1 before you watch this video. Track 9. Stop chasing hurt and gather your missing piece. Peace. W. Track 10. You walked in the room at midnight, now I love morning. Fire! That's straight heat. Track 29. To cope is to remember but still rebuild. Track 30. Writers fall in love with falling apart. They will both stay and go. Whoa. Track 46. I was a rolling stone and couldn't choose one skyline. Until my heart found you. Oh. Track 79. Last one. Now fall from grace and remember to write about it. Fire! Guys, read this book. Sorry I haven't texted you back by Alicia Cook. Read all her books, in fact, and I'm gonna go text my boyfriend again. Sleep on because it's sleep.